We open our tale in medias res in Ithaca, where everything is awful.
Everything is awful!
Yeah, so Odysseus has been Trojan warring and wandering around for 20 years now, and Ithaca, the place where he's king, has basically gone crazy without any adults.
Like that Jimmy Neutron movie.
Yeah, I guess. So
His old house is being picked by suitors who want to get with his bae, Penelope. The suitors be all like, "Hey, Penelope!" And Penelope's all like, "Hey, suitors!" And the suitors are like, "Hey, you wanna..."
Aaron, shut up. This is stupid.
But
Aaron, calm yourself. Now, they all want to go into Penelope, as it was said in the Iliad, but Penelope makes them wait until she finishes sewing a thing. But the twist is that every night she unsews it.
That's genius.
Shut up, Alex. Oh yeah, Telemachus also does some quests to gain XP or whatever.
wait, before we move on, I kind of want to point something out. Against the wishes of literally everyone, Aaron demanded that he be included in writing this. So he came up with a joke about that one awkward scene in the movie, where Penelope is sitting awkwardly in the ocean and moaning, or whatever. Then Miss Gage read it in the script and demanded it be removed. So it is. I just kind of wanted to mention it. Okay, carrying on. So while his son was questing around and looking for him, and his wife was doing her ocean thing, Odysseus is crying on a beach. He's been trapped on Calypso's island for, I think, 10 years, because, much like the suitors to Penelope, Calypso, or Calypso with a K, has a crush on Odysseus.
Aww! Aw, he's holding him captive, just like in Misery.
Or that one episode of iCarly.
Ha, you watched iCarly?
Hey, John's the one who's making this script.
Anyways, Odie goes up and talks to Calypso about the 10-year anniversary of him being kidnapped by her and being held there. He uses smoothness, wits, stock epithets, epic similes, catalog lists, and all of his characteristics of epic to convince her to let him go home.
Yeah, he's like,
please, let me go home.
and she's like,
Yeah, sure. Wait, is this because you want to see your wife?
What? Wife, I do not care about Penelope at all. You are really hot, by the way. Have I ever told you that before?
No.
Well, you are really hot.
If not for Penelope, then why do you want to go home?
'Cause it's home, eh?
Alright, seems legit. You can leave, lol.
so he leaves. Lol.
He's make his way downtown to the Phaeacians.
Make his way downtown, sailing fast, islands past, and he's homebound.
Yeah, so he gets to the island of the Phaeacians, and they do the whole hospitality thing, and then eventually they start telling stories about him. And what does he do? He cries. Again.
Well, in his defense, it was seen as manly back then.
Shut up, Alex. After he empties himself of his sadness juice, he does some sportsy stuff, then he begins his story inside of a story.
Storyception!
So now in this dream, yeah, I'm gonna call this story a dream. I'm gonna squeeze this Inception comparison for all it's worth. So the dream picks up right after where the Iliad left off.
Technically, it starts off after the Trojan horse, which was written in the Aeneid.
Shut up, Alex.
Hey, it's John who's writing all this stuff. I'm just reading it.
Alright, well, shut up, John.
Hey, I'm the artist. I can make you shut up. According to the handout for the project, they also went to the island of the Cacones, but I completely forgot that even happened. So let's just kind of forget about that.
So after that, they go to the
Island of the Lotus Eaters! Ooh, spooky!
So Odie and Dekru go on the island, and the natives feed Odysseus' bros the lotus fruit, which makes them never want to leave.
Just like a casino.
That's just like in Percy Jackson.
Just like being on drugs.
Wait, how do you know what being on drugs feels like?
I have a life outside of you.
Anyways, since Odie is oh so wise, he knows that his men are basically eating whatever the fruit alternative of weed brownies are, and makes like my dad and leaves.
Then Odysseus arrives at the island of the Cyclops.
Ooh, this is my favorite part.
We know, Alex. We know. So they get to the island, and they find this nifty cave with a bunch of cheese inside.
Cheese?
Yes, Aaron, cheese. So what do? Start eating the mystery cheese, of course. Then, in the middle of the cheese tasting party, the Cyclops enters and gets angry he wasn't invited to the party.
Wait. Why am I the Cyclops?
Well, you're brutish. You do have a unibrow, so that's a start.
Oh, you do have a point.
Alright, I'm back. So basically, the Cyclops, with a K, that's how it's spelled in the book, comes back, gets mad, and eats a dude. Then he makes like an angel and rolls the stone door closed, locking Odie and his men in there with him.
Like in Watchmen.
I guess, kind of.
Oh, Moab, oh, Moab, oh,
Moab, oh, Moab, oh,
Moab, oh, Moab, oh, Moab, oh, Moab.
On the island, the lonely island, Cyclops sleeps tonight. Odie sharpens the wooden dawger, Cyclops sleeps tonight.
In the cavern, the foggy cavern, the Cyclops sleeps tonight. They all shank him, stab his eyeball, the Cyclops sleeps tonight. Ah, who's done this to me?
It was nobody.
Why you do this, nobody? You're a moron, a now blind moron, Odysseus yells from sea. Father help me, Poseidon help me, Odious sails to sea. Aye, mum bum away. Aye, mum away. Aye, mum away. Aye, mum away.
That was fun. So anyways, oh, wait a second. So to add to that, because of his hubris, when Odysseus is sailing away, he tells the Cyclops, who he just blended, his name, address, phone number, place of work, P.O. Box, etc., etc. What? I couldn't rhyme hubris with moron.
After all that stuff, Odysseus sails for a while and they find a strange island.
Like in Lost.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, it's the island of Aeolus, the wind god.
Wind god. Like the smoke monster. Like in Lost.
No, John, that never happened in Lost. Anyways, they find the flamboyant wind god Aeolus, and he gives them the east, west, and south winds in a bag, and leaves the west winds out to take them home in Ithaca.
Wait, why did he give them the other winds if they were only going to use the west wind to get to Ithaca?
I don't know, Alex. Why don't you use your time turner and go ask Homer? So, what did you find out?
You don't want to know.
Anyways, Odysseus' men get greedy and want to open the bag of wind because they think it's treasure and he's going to take it for himself like Heinrich Schliemann.
Hey, you want to open Odysseus' bag? I bet there's gold inside.
Yeah, sure. Hey, it's Ithaca.
Well, after this minor setback, they get blown all the way to Circe's island, where she promptly turns the men into pigs, and Odysseus cries for a little while. Then he goes to save his men, and Hermes gives him some weed to resist Circe's potions.
Whoa, I'm tripping out, bruh. What is this stuff?
So Odysseus gets his men turned back into humans, and I guess Odysseus was tripping out pretty hard because they stayed there for a year.
Wait, bruh. Bruh, what kind of weed was this, bruh?
Then Circe told them to go to a prophet in the underworld, whose name is long and hard to pronounce, so I won't even try.
Well, there, Saruman.
Or Count Dooku.
Or Count Dooku. Anyways, Count Saruman tells them they're gonna have a hard knock time getting back to Ithaca, and Trey says he warns them not to eat the cattle.
He wants them not to eat the cattle of Helios.
Right, that. They also meet those two guys from Iliad who died.
After this, they take a quick pit stop at Circe's island to ask for directions. Then they go sailing through the Sirens.
The sirens are really deformed and ugly, but who have very good voices and personalities, and everyone avoids them. If you hear their voices, though, you become entranced, and you see and hear what you love.
So Odysseus forces earplugs into all his men's ears.
Get in it, dirt.
And he made them tie him to the mast so he wouldn't jump in the water like Annabeth and try to go to the Sirens.
Telly.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our...
I must hold you in my arms.
Anyways, after that, they come to Scylla and Charybdis, two spooky, scary monsters. Odysseus chooses it's better to lose 6 men than have everyone die, so he chooses to go near Scylla rather than Charybdis. After this, they stop on an island where there are a bunch of cows. The cows, though, are Helios's cattle.
The ones he was warned about by the prophet guy.
Since all his men are really hungry, they go against Odysseus' warnings and eat the cattle. As a punishment, they're all in a big storm and they all die. Except for Odysseus, because he's a righteous dude.
Odysseus survives, obviously, he is the protagonist, and washes up on the shore of Calypso's island. Not Circe, the chick with the pigs. Calypso's a different person.
Since Poseidon cursed him, he's stuck on Kelly's island for like 10 years, and he cries every single day. After times Calypso to let him leave, he builds a raft during a cool montage.
Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the
And he sails away.
Sailing on open water, and suddenly a storm brews, and Odysseus loses his ship.
Poseidon! What do you want from me? What you have left! I have nothing left! All I have left is my life! Ocean
After Poseidon uses splash attack and Odysseus faints, he wakes up on the shores of Phaeacia, or whatever, where he charms some ladies, gets a bunch of free food, and shows a brother up a discus throne.
He hears some bros talking about him there, and he cries because he knows that he has attained. He's like,
I am Odysseus!
and they're all like,
Oh my god, we'll sail you, Odyssey.
and Odie's like.
I...
So the Phaeacians sail him home, but he falls asleep, so he doesn't get to see his homeland from afar. Then they just leave him laying on the beach.
So he wakes up on the shores of Ithaca, and he quickly meets Athena, who he lies to. She's impressed by his lying, as most women are, so she makes him look like an old dude. After that, as the old dude, he meets the swineherd, who he lies to. He meets his old friend, who he lies to, and then he meets his son, who he tells the truth to.
Old dude, you killed my father.
No, Telemachus, I am your father!
No, that's not true. It's impossible.
Then he sees his old dog die, and he cries. Then, to summarize, he meets all the Diabag suitors who beat him up. Then Penelope comes and tells him,
If any of you can string Odie's bow and shoot it through these 12 needle-sized axe holes, you can marry me. So all the suitors try.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near.
And fail.
So the poe's like, there are no strings on me.
but Telemachus tries to string the bow.
What? He wants to marry his mother? What? Why?
He is about to string the bow, but Odie sees him and tells him to stop.
Then Odysseus, disguised as the old guy, hobbles over to the bow. Penelope lets him take a crack at the bow thing, but doesn't think he can actually do it. As everyone, except for the characters in the story, could predict, the random old guy uses his immense, frail bones to string the bow and shoot it through the pinhole.
After that, it's dead silent, and Odie reveals himself, and the suitors all try to kill him. The suitors apparently all throw javelins at him, but Athena makes like Quicksilver and makes all the javelins not hit the dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo?
Yeah, you know, like Odie and Telly, Batman and Robin, Bruce and Dick, or Jason, or Tim, or Stephanie, or Damien, or...
Never mind. Forgot I asked. Anyways, they slaughter all the suitors, and they live happily ever after.
Wait! Before he lives happily ever after, he proves to his bae that he is actually her bae,
You move, my three-bed woman!
and has to offer some ores to sacrifice to Poseidon. There. Now he lives
And they all lived
happily.
ever.
after.
Thanks for watching.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near. The rain goes, disappears, dear, and I feel so fine just to know that you are mine.